Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, we have Saul Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. So here is Saul Canelo Alvarez, a 4-division multi-time world champion. Quite simply one of the greatest of all time. Here comes Roy Jones Jr. from Pensacola, Florida. I'm from about 30 miles away, Bay Minette, Alabama. I've been hearing about this guy for over 10 years, and boy, has he backed up all that hype.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing the newly crowned champion, holding a record of 22 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the young, undefeated, and newly crowned IBF middleweight champion of the world, known as Captain Hook, introducing Roy Jones Jr.
Expectations are sky high for this fight. Will it live up to the hype? We're about to find out.
Close the door, close the curtains. This is it. Let me enjoy myself right now.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. These 2 fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. This is a high-octane battle. There's a counter shot. No rest for the weary. They both want the knockout. Counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
The reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter-puncher smart.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Defense blocking that right uppercut. One punch could change everything in this battle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. What the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get a kitchen sink.
Don't be looking at for one shot at a time. Here's the bell for round 2. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
on their instincts and reaction time. You've got... Did you see that? Oh, my word. Canelo just got clipped. Counter punch. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? Can't land that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. In that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
I love it, that jab slick. My back on the top.
There's the bell for round 3. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Left hook just missed. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They exchange punches. Punch, counter punch. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Rest for the weary. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Alvarez in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complete.
On to the 4th we go. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts. I mean, you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Missing with that right hook. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
But Bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Put him back into it. Great round. Great round. Now relax. Relax.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
The straight right just misses. Got him there. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little favor and pickpocket them.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. How about that time counter shot? Nice counter. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter.
Let's start the 6th. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That counter shot lands. A lot of effort being exerted here. hammer shot. Hey, those punches add up. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance.
There's the bell to start round 7. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
That uppercut's blocked. A straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. How about Alvarez in that last round? Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like...
I need to focus on what you're doing.
And we enter the 8th round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
An uppercut does not score. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
The middle.
And down goes Jones Jr. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
We got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
I want to think of holding on here for a minute. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. So close, but so far a split decision loss. Man, that one has got to hurt, Johnny.
It could have gone either way, and it's hard, you know. You're going to have people arguing, the fans for one and the fans for the other, say our far to one. Split.
There's nothing quite like a fight at the Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
Time for our tale of the tape. Ijanamek Alimkanuli, 5'11.5" tall with a reach of 71.5 inches. Up against them, Roy Jones Jr., 159 pounds. He's 24 years old. He's got the nickname Captain Hook.
Nobody knows who's going to win. You can have an argument for the winner on both sides, but this is that fight.
Ijanamek Alimkanuli. Roy Jones Jr. from Pensacola, Florida. That's the area I grew up in, and I've known about this guy for a long time, and now the boxing world is learning all about him, too.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Zelandi in Kazakhstan, introducing a unified middleweight champion of the world, known as Kazakh style, Johnny Bek Alimkanuli. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing the newly crowned champion, holding a record of 22 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the young, undefeated, and newly crowned IBF middleweight champion of the world, known as Captain Hook, introducing Roy Jones Jr.
Well, I hope you brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
Right. Can you imagine being a fighter? Sometimes you think under the lights is hot, but when you got the sunlight, it's a lot to take in.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Ooh, a stiff jab. And he scores with the counter. Can't land the jab there. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Those counter punches have to hurt. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Misses with the jab. The jab not finding its target. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Janabek in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute.
On to the second round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Good counter punching. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Every time they throw a shot, they get counters. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A perfect counter lands. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? That uppercut doesn't land. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Janabek that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need.
Now it's a tougher fight. He's got to be confident.
And there's the bell for round 3. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. There's a counter shot. He just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
right hook. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
That's lights out right there.